stage, do we really need to be running sprints outside? Is that going to benefit us? There's a high risk of injury versus low risk of reward there. So I like to spin by most usually.
Yeah, I love what you said, Tyler, in terms of like 6 to 12, because a lot of people, to your point, Paul, make this kind of a time thing of I'm going to do a 15 or 20-minute session of high intensity intervals, and you're focused more on the time than the effort you're putting in. So if you know I've only got 6 intervals, every interval is going to be kind of a set, but I think you really get a lot more intensity put into that. So, interestingly, a lot of people don't know this, that cardiovascular output is not driven by sport-specific intensity. Like you may think sprinting on a track is the greatest thing you could accomplish because we know that's very difficult, right? But you're still only using a small group of muscle. I mean, you're using hamstrings, glutes to the largest degree. And in the original research on cardiovascular work was, they measured it by how much muscle tissue in your body are you working at the same time in maximum output. And that's where you really get the deepest cardiovascular impact.
It's like rowing and...
Yeah, and something like burpees. Like we know how those suck, right? Because it's a jump, push-up, you're back stabilizing, and so you're using all that muscle tissue all the time. So that can be a way of getting cardio. It's doing what are called Tabatas or functional training, where you're setting up almost a circuit, and it can be 15 seconds all out on this exercise, and then you walk to this one, so you're getting a 5-second break, and then it's 15 seconds all out on this exercise. You create a little circuit like that that's using upper and lower body, and that's a massive cardio output endeavor, and it's not risking as much injury like you said, Paul. So, one more thing that I wanted to throw out, and then we can kind of mash this together and come up with some strategies. I was doing some research for a lecture I was doing overseas, and I had never run across this study. It was quite profound to me. Was that there is actually study research out there showing how you can get the best of all worlds. If you want the most fat loss from cardiovascular work, they compared a lot of different styles, and this one study found that doing 8 seconds all out murderous level cardio with a 12-second break and then repeating that for 20 minutes was the greatest impact on fat loss. This is hard stuff. I tried this because how can you get up to maximum capacity in 8 seconds? Because I can get on an elliptical, I can get on a track, I can sprint and go for 10, 15, 20 seconds, but to do something so aggressive that you could not possibly go any further in 8 seconds, then a 12-second break, and then keep repeating that, it's a challenge.
For 20 minutes?
Yeah. Well, what I've done with clients and even with myself is, start with 5, start with 10. Even the researchers said that. Like, you're not going to get somebody who can do this up front.
Right.
So start them out slowly, and I think it was about a 12-week study, get them to that level. But testing other intervals, like wind gates, full minutes and 2 minutes and maybe 30 seconds and all that, nothing was even close to the benefit of that 8-second, 12-second split repetitively.
Yeah. Do you know why? Is that?
So the energy systems, we know we have the aerobic and anaerobic energy systems, and then the glycolytic energy system in the middle. So anaerobic is totally all out, right? So kind of that 8 to 10 second window.
Yeah.
How much can you do in just 8? That's why the 100-meter sprint is like the king of all sprints, because it's all you can do at maximum velocity for 10 seconds-ish, 10 seconds. But you're getting a short break, and you're doing it again, and you're doing it again, and you're doing it again, and you're doing it again. So you gradually, you're maxing out your anaerobic threshold. Then you're doing it repetitively to the point where the glycolytic energy system, where you're using all of your glycogen stores, and then you're doing it at a point where you cross the line into oxygen debt. So now you're in the aerobic energy system, not to the point where you're running a marathon or you're doing an hour of moderate state cardio. It's, you're completely burying the anaerobic and the glycolytic energy system into that oxygen debt, and then you're done.
Well, if you think about athletes that would perform this type of
one of the old classics to use this on is like an airdyne bike.
Yeah,
Using
yeah,
a lot
like
of-
that salt bike.
Yeah.
This has to be full body.
Yeah, doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be, but that's where it's even
Well,
more.
I think the assault bikes that they use in like CrossFit, where it's like they're pedaling and they're pushing as hard as they can, and then they kind of that would be.
And that's why they use that, because they know you're blitzing your whole body.
I learned something today in the names.
There you go.
That's
See?
of course.
One of the things I wanted to talk about too is the fasted versus fed state. I know that's kind of a controversy, and again, everybody has picked their camps, and I see all of these fights and people getting angry at each other. And again, I think there's value to both. It just depends on the circumstance and the client. So in today's culture, fitness culture, how are you guys using the fasted versus fed state?
I personally like fed, in my opinion, just for the sake of energy levels and just feeling better. It depends on how much you don't want to have a big meal going into a cardio session. But just myself, even before I started working with you, I would always be fasted, and I was always miserable. I just could not drag myself to the gym and be able to do cardio. Right. And so I felt tired and just lethargic, super flat. But when I started doing fed, even just a little bit, just went a long way to where I felt like a new person. And even if there is, and you can tell me, Joe, whatever this is, if there is some suffering and fat loss, just a little bit, I'd rather have the energy to burn more calories than to have a prep session and not have a cardio session. So I'll do a little bit of carbs. Depends if it's early in the morning. I'll do like maybe 10, like you taught me this, 10, 15 minutes of carbs, just to get something in the system. And then by the time I get to the gym, after my session, ready to grind, I'll do some BCAs too.
It's just a huge difference, right? The way you feel, the output.
Big difference.
And that's basically what the research shows, right? That although you might burn more body fat in a session where you're fasted, you burn more total calories in a fed state, right? Because you're probably going to perform a little bit better. My take on this always was that I actually told people do not perform fasted cardio. I've since changed my approach on this because I work with so many competitors now, and we do get to a point where if we're doing steady state, low intensity, fasted, the only benefit that I find is that they're saving their calories for later in the day. So, if you're going to get up and do any kind of fasted cardio, the only kind I would say is low intensity steady state. I would never suggest fasted high intensity or even moderate intensity cardio. It's just going to suffer. But if we can just get up, go for a stroll, do some walking, and then get back and start our day for eating, I just find, if it's a psychological benefit that they feel like they're doing something better because it's kind of ingrained in fitness that fasted cardio is better, that's fine. But I just like the benefit of they're just saving some of their calories for later in the day, and they're not necessarily going to suffer if they're just doing low intensity.
I really like that perspective.
What about BCAs or anything prior? Is that something that you do? Or?
Yeah, I give them the option. I say I would prefer, but some people are just adamant about being fasted, and I won't fight them on it if they feel, because I feel like if they psychologically believe it's going to have a positive impact, who am I to say that it isn't?
I think the bottom line, as long as you get it done and you're eating the calories you're supposed to eat at the end of the day, I'd rather people just get it in than not do it.
There are studies that really show that if it's the amount of cardio you're doing and the amount of calories you're consuming, you could put the cardio at any point in the day, fasted or fed, and then you extrapolate that out over weeks and months, and they would say there's just no difference. You're not really cheating the system by doing it fasted. So, as you said, maybe because of kind of a time restricted eating,